good to see you again.
Oh, hello everybody, welcome back. Hello copyright, the Drake's Clan Blue Magia. Now so I would show up and for some reason... Why is this not working? Alright, let's just go to the old stuff. I was spending an hour yesterday trying to set everything up and then the chat box stopped working. Whatever. Let's fade out the music. So, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Alright, I'm not gonna talk about the Tank Templar because I didn't really play them to Master Sergeant, so I'm not sure I can actually have an opinion on them just yet. They're bad. So what I wanted to do today is first of all, so that we're not just having a pure me talking about classes stream, I'm gonna go into the GS game and launch that UFO here. You know, just so that we have a little bit of alien killing here. Oh, we get resistance contacts. Fancy. So let's just start with that, right? And then the plan is to have a little bit of a not necessarily a class review. So I was thinking. So I was thinking about the ideas for the next campaign. And one of the ideas, or basically the idea I'm kind of stuck with, is the whole let's grab all the class mods there are and take the restriction of one soldier per class. So you only have one sharpshooter, you only have one shinobi in your whole roster, you only have one. And then basically having that thought experiment of if you can only have one ranger, what do you train on them? Do you train them as a shooter? But then again, there are plenty of classes that can do shooter stuff. There's basically no other class that can do Overwatch really good.
Against the aliens in this area, and it looks like they managed to disable a UFO on the ground. We're moving in to secure the site. Eliminate any hostile resistance and seize whatever gear you can from that ship.
Yeah, so including mechs. Although I'm not 100% sure, like... if you turn your assault into a mech, can you then get a second assault? Or is your assault slot basically gone? And I'm kind of thinking that, no, like, once you promote one rookie to an assault or get an assault from the black market, you cannot get another assault. If that assault dies, tough luck. If you turn him into a mech, that's your decision. So it's basically really putting the restriction rather on training the classes rather than having the classes.
Yay, great! Shut up.
That seems to turn into an interesting mission here. All right. I saw some enemies right here behind the little post. Yeah, I mean, again, this is not. I'm just throwing around ideas at the moment, so this is not set in stone.
Moving in on designated target. Hostiles confirmed.
This is quite a couple free aliens here.
Confirmed. Moving out.
What am I even doing in this squad? All right, I've got rockets. I've got nukes. I think we're just gonna throw a nuclear weapon.
Raiders roll.
I can arm a nuke and stay concealed. Yeah. Beep beep, mother crackers.
On the move.
This. So win, you get the UFO stuff, the usual stuff, right? If you lose, they launch an invasion. It's like the precursor supply rate to a normal invasion, but a UFO instead of a supply rate. So, yeah. And that normal invasion does always come at a fixed strength of
Good to see you again.
12 and fixed force level of 18, which always, to me, it always, like, this decision that it's force level 18 seems to me like that the devs initially thought, yeah, if somebody does a global liberation, by force level 12, we really want to hit them hard with a force level 18 invasion. And like, have you thought this through? How long it actually takes to get the global liberation? Like, come on, guys. Like, you're not gonna be before force level 20. Like, why is this now 18? Yeah. I really think they didn't quite, look at all the numbers and say, okay, this is the realistic expectation for this kind of run. And I'm not gonna say bad things about the playtesters for LWotC. Just go there.
I'm all over it.
Getting all the half covers here. Alright.
Sure.
Moving to designated coordinates.
So yeah, anyway, when we're doing the class talk, so on the one hand, if we only do one soldier per class, like what spec are you gonna take? But also then things like who are gonna be your officers, right? At the moment, if I were playing a regular Modgem Plus campaign, I would just say, yeah, Dragoon officers all day long. Like best officers you can get. No competition. Super good. Get your Dragoons right here. All day long, but for the yeah, if you can only get one Dragoon, like, who are your other officers gonna be? Does that mean you turn your Grenadier into a support Grenadier as an officer? Do you turn your one sharpshooter you get into a holobot? That's kind of tricky. I 50 streams of this, and I still can't remember what actually Frostmumber does. So Frostmumber is immune to multi-target and area attacks, but that should not mean she's immune to getting punched in the face by a hunter on route duty, right? I'm gonna launch a nuke at that group back here and have my hunter route this, even though there's a Centurion here who might punch me back. But, just the way the cookie crumbles. I think the game might be lying to me about reveal tiles, and I'm gonna get activated here. No, it's not. Alright, cool. No, what I was going to say, I think if I do get some here and have higher crit chance, then I have a higher chance punching through the counter attack. I don't even know how that works. Alright.
Locking it down.
You lock that down. You lock everything else down. Do I wanna lead the target on anyone? No, I don't think so. Alright. Here you go. Nuke that crap.
Got something special for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Again, although there's then also half the classes from Captain Petrov's classes that I'm not yet familiar with. So maybe there are some viable officer candidates in there.
Not good. Knock the wind out of me.
Well, that's an unfortunate outcome for that route. Oh, oops. All right. Okay. Alright, you know what? Let's just have you kill off this guy.
Take a look at this. There you go.
Yeah. So I had the route so where she intercepts everyone and punches them in the face, and the Centurion was the first target, and Centurion is like, no, not on my watch, and parried her and knocked her, stunned her. But he's on that spot, yeah, so we can actually do something about this. Also, yay, fearsome. Love it when it doesn't work. Okay. So a little bit we need to improvise a little bit here. All right, we're gonna teamwork.
No retreat.
And then we're gonna throw grenades. And you're probably gonna just blast a mortar, all of this, yeah? Well, not all of this, right? Ideally not your own body. Not hitting the snake, but I really want to hit the muton. I think there's any other way I can get that. This, I'm not hitting the sector and not hitting the snake. That's kind of worse.
Dodge this.
And then I can give you that teamwork back. We could look what we can do with Black Flame here. It's a kinda so according to this, I have one action remaining, right? So if I do a restoration, rival protocol, I cannot renew alas. Huh. Okay. Then somewhat unfortunate then. Oh, that's an elite priest. I can't even Black Flame. Like, he's just gonna be like, yeah, not on my watch. Nobody's panicked here. This was supposed to be, you know, just a funny little side adventure while we're thinking about classes, and now it's turned into a holy crap, how do I get out of this? Yeah, so Rebecca is her bound buddy, so I can run her up and then Rebecca is stuck there because I used my first action on get some. So since get some is active, maybe I can just clean up this part of the map just with weapon fire. I know there's a heavy mech here. It's a little bit problematic. Yeah. Don't care about that sectoid at all. Do more care about all this crap here. Flank these two and the Muton.
Follow me this way. Boom! Headshot! Reloading.
So far, I still haven't spent an action here. Everything was refunded. And I really like the local policy on action refunds. That's really kind of nice to see. All right, 50 only on you. Also 50 on you. Oh, yes. I could do another move. Move here, kill the sectoid. Or I could move. I'm not sure I'm close enough to the mech. Like if I move here, I can probably kill the sectoid with a crit. And then have both barrels against the heavy mech. Yeah, I think we do that.
Yeah.
As much as I just said, I don't care about the sectoid.
Oh no.
Well, it kind of still relies on you getting crits, right? It's just with get some and close and personal, and I think I have the crit. Do I even have a laser sight on this? I have an elite scope. I don't even have an elite laser sight. it kind of works out in a nice way. Let's just put it this way. All right, talking about working out.
Plan more.
No chance that you can stay concealed here.
Oh, hell's teeth. Your cooperation was appreciated.
I probably... So how do I get this to actually work properly next time? Don't activate Reaper so you get the action from quick feet? I don't even know how that's supposed to work. I think it makes more sense to go here. Roll that axe in the face of the Pathfinder. And then slash him. Alright, no, that works too. Right, so maybe my second grenade here is really just a vortex grenade on these three. 4. 3, please, only. No, hang on. Mamba, no vortex. Bad commander.
You can run, but you'll only die tired.
Sorry, just reading Santaro's comment there. Yeah, so I had the agent, not agent, the hitman on my table already. Bounty Hunter I have to look at. The Den Mother, I think there's some issues with the way you get her, as in she's kind of like part of the first retaliation, but kind of in a weird way. I know Illogical was not super happy about this whole thing, how that worked out. The Crasher, I guess we can include there for Jane Kelly kind of thing.
Killing is just the same.
How about no idea what we do about this guy. Maybe we just set him on fire if he's in range for a fiery grenade. Ain't that perfect? Okay, I want to do capacitor discharge hitting these two here.
Sentry is up.
Now that the mutant is disoriented, can't parry me.
Armor still holding.
One down, thousands to go.
Where shots?
Well, well, well. If it isn't almost everything taken care of. Question is, if I do that, I'm gonna activate more around the UFO. Maybe I'm better off standing out in the open here. Oof. I kind of wanna Bladestorm the priest. I mean, I'm out in the open anyway, right? With one person. I might as well be out in the open with two, but also take care of the priest in the process.
Affirmative, Commander.
I actually have no idea how area suppression works with the member. Also, I mean, despite this...
We just picked up an outbound signal coming from the UFO. It's some kind of distress beacon. You need to get inside that ship and shut down the signal before they send their whole fleet after us.
Well, there's just enough not taking any real damage yet. Despite all of that. Also, wasn't that a stun too? Shouldn't we be... I don't even know.
All right.
Okay. Look, I don't know how that's counted, how that works, but I think can now kill this guy. Maybe by shooting him
I should be up there, hunting.
with you first.
It hit the plate.
Aww, we got a shield deflect. Isn't that fantastic?
To see you again.
I feel like the game did that, you know, as in, oh, it's the last mission of the campaign here. Let's do one more shield deflect for the memories. Raging Fury, hello, hello. Yeah, okay. In that case, you just shoot him. Unless he deflects again. Aww.
Not even close.
Brings a tear to my eye. Okay, but no, it's okay now. I get it. I get it. You can shield deflect.
All right.
Raiders roll.
There's a raid coming in, Mab. See you with the raid.
Come on.
Hello, raiders. Hello, Mabs. How is everybody doing? How do I do this again? Was against the storm. I was lurking most of the afternoon actually in the stream. Like, I saw you stream that on Friday. I immediately bought the game and basically played it all day yesterday. It's a very nice game. I was enjoying that a lot. So yeah, welcome in, readers. For those who don't know Marbozir yet, please click that link and give him a follow. He definitely deserves it. Yeah, so we're playing some Long War of the Chosen. So on Saturday in the stream, we kind of completed the global liberation, and I thought we're doing like one victory lap here. This is a super invasion UFO. So once you've liberated the whole world, Advent sends in an extra strong UFO to kind of recapture a region, and we're kind of in the process of hopefully not screwing it up and killing them. Although they're kind of fighting back, especially this guy. Third shot in a row he deflected. Okay, it's getting. Alright. It was funny the first two times. It's getting a little bit annoying now.
Commander, I appreciate you recruiting new staff for the engineering team, but as it stands, we have people still waiting for an assignment. We can
Alright.
excavation or staffing a facility.
Already failing to impress.
No more deflections from that guy. Alright, let's re-stealth and see what we can find. Okay. Can't stealth you because you're flanked, even though there's no active enemy. Ah, XCOM. So the other thing we're doing today, I'm kind of planning the next campaign here already, which is most likely going to start in the next stream Saturday. And the idea for that campaign is going to be I'm gonna activate all the classes, gonna get a bunch more class mods from Patrock's classes and whatever else is available for Long War of the Chosen. And then the restriction is going to be that there can only be one from each class. So only a single assault, only a single shinobi, a single sharpshooter, and basically that way forcing me into actually playing with all the classes, but then also making some tough decisions what kind of skill tree you're going down to with those classes that you have. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about that. Probably one ever. Like, if that person dies, if your only sharpshooter dies, you're out of sharpshooters. If you're one, yeah. I mean, it's gotta be a price to pay, right?
All day long.
Yes, definitely grabbing the Abjura. I'm not sure if I need to grab anything to get the whole melt thing going. I think it's just part of Mod Jam now, right? Also, hi, Illogical, World Soul, World Square, and everybody else I may have forgotten or not said hello to. Hello. I think I'll also grab the, the prototype assault mech enemy kind of thing, which I don't really like the idea of, but I guess just get the complete package.
Already there.
Get the complete package right here. Anyway.
Yes. Reloading.
Yeah, and that's the plan, pretty much. And so that's like after this mission, I'll give that as an advanced warning. We're gonna look at the classes we have, like talk a little bit how this campaign worked, on which skills I liked or didn't like, and kind of make plans a little bit what to select for that next campaign. The one thing I kind of had it as an idea, but I'm not sure if it's too strong to basically allow myself one reroll of the XCOM roll. You know, if I only get one ranger and he has crap XCOM roll, and allow me at least one reroll to get something interesting in there. Maybe. Again, that's all still with a big question mark here. Alright, what's not going to be a big question mark is, do we spot anything? There's a dude inside, around the corner, you know what? That seems like a reasonable preparation for a breach. Beep beep.
As you say, I'm on my way.
Illogical, not sure if you were here before. We were talking about the other classes that are available, and someone brought up the Den Mother, and I think you had some not so good experiences with the way the Den Mother is unlocked.
Enemy patrol moving.
Not sure if that was fixed or if you just gave up on it, or what the deal was.
Overwatch confirmed.
Affirmative.
Okay, so it works now. Rapid fire technical. But here's the thing, right? So with these kind of classes, I can see how it kind of makes sense, but on the other hand, there are tons of classes that can do rapid fire. There are very few classes that can set a bunch of enemies on fire and also panic them in the process.
Don't hesitate to pull the trigger.
Okay.
Kind of not the unique selling point,
All right, I'll go.
if I'm using marketing speech here,
Stuff. Move.
of the technical.
All right. Uh-huh.
Light 'em up.
Alright, so how do I get this? How do I get this in there? Typical problem, I guess. Buttspot is really out of control today. I'm just gonna leave that. Okay. So Jet can't move away from that position. Let's see where we can land the nuke without killing Jet in the process. Like somewhere in here sounds reasonable. Maybe. Hang on. Oh, does the nuke work with a blaster launcher effect that it flies around corners? Does it just come in from above? How does this? How does nuke work? Someone please Google that. How does a nuclear weapon work? Yeah. Seems good. Friendly fire? Oh, the thing. Yeah, we're not hacking the thing today. We're nuking the thing. Looks like the skies are quiet.
Stress signal. Looks like the skies are quiet.
Yeah, no.
Now that's what I'm talking about. You are paying attention, aren't you?
Jig's up.
Yeah, the jig's up, you could say so. Hi. You're a gatekeeper. I'm an assault. What was my chance against you? Not great, not terrible. Okay, I think we're gonna, since we used a very unbalanced weapon like the nuke, you know, I think I wanna keep it real. I wanna not play it too easy mode. Just kidding. Gonna follow it up with a black flame grenade. Can we hit? Oh, we're hitting the gatekeeper also. Yeah. So this grenade has the effect. I lowered the volume because it's super loud. Like this is the sound effect with lowered volume. Imagine what it would be if I didn't lower the volume. So a mutant leviathan, actually, I never remember what they do. I think they are advanced destroyer. So they have this whole clumsy kind of thing where they sometimes just destroy the cover they're running into. What else do they have? Flashbang resistance. Yeah, they have a shot that destroys cover and disorients the target behind it. And they have some mean grenades. But other than that, their muton, right? Most importantly. Okay, so what do I actually have to deal with? I have to deal with the Cryo Priest. Those 4 here are gonna be stunned. So why don't we just... Or rather, they're panicked. Now there are 6 more enemies. Clearly we're not activating any of them here. Alright, okay, cool.
It was the only possible outcome.
Can you shoot the faceless?
Who's keeping score?
Yeah, alright. You're right. The destroyer armor he's wearing makes him immune against stun and explosions, but not against panic. Also, I think he took some damage, so he's not immune against nuclear weapons. Or was that the Black Flame Grenade, which is an explosion? I guess it's a psionic explosion and that's why it did damage. But I think he was at the center of the nuke, and yeah, he might not have taken damage from the nuke at all. Which, you know, is kind of impressive. Didn't help him at the end of the day, but it's kind of impressive.
I've got something. There you go. I got your stuff here.
You know, in these situations,
So I got one.
I always imagine a little bit the players or the advent like being players on a D&D board game, RPG, pen and paper table, and then discussing, here it says my armor is immune to explosion, and I'm like, no, it's not explosion, it's a grenade, but it's actually psionic. It's like, no, that's bullshit. You know, these are actually the kind of discussions you have when doing pen and paper roleplay, right? Or maybe that was just my group, where we spent half the time rolling dice and half the time discussing rules. Bye-bye. Okay, we need to kill this thing now. And I can never remember how big the frost explosion radius is.
Yeah.
Well, that's a way to avoid the frost explosion by just not being near it. Hang on, you're the last one taking an action.
Come on, baby. Roger, holding.
Although I have to say, like, when we played proper Dungeons and Dragons, or, you know, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which was the previous, I don't know, there were fewer discussions than when we played Shadowrun. Like, Shadowrun is just such an amazing game to, you know, no, this actually should work this way, and so many things open for interpretation.
go.
The mutant is still panicked, so he shouldn't be able to counterattack this, right?
Hit the armor.
Hit him again then.
This looks valuable. One down. So here it is. Thousands to go.
Yeah, I think exactly, like Mind Shield is just protecting you from the effects. Like similar like the Mind Shield aura, the Solace aura that an elite priest has, doesn't stop damage from psionics, it just stops effects, psionic effects. Didn't even drop loot.
Going. Ready.
I'm going. Okay.
Okay, we've got 6 enemies left somewhere. Okay, and this door is open, so they're probably back here, I guess. Just have you run all the way in there. Yeah, that would be kind of nice to have more items that have kind of a positive effect and a drawback. Like I said, Mind Shield, yeah, makes you immune to mental effects from enemies, but also mental effects from friendlies. Maybe like, as you said, not being able to inspire this person, but maybe also, what's the thing? Adrenal neurosympathy. Oh, that's not a mind effect, right?
Up and good to go.
Or it could make you immune to combat drugs effect. I don't know.
Going.
On the other hand, I'm already not using mind shields at all, pretty much. So I don't think they need a nerf.
Good to go.
Oh. How is there a dude hiding inside the ship?
I agree. Keep moving. These.
I'm yelling! I'm yelling at you! Yelling! Yelling! Can you hear me? Yelling! Aye, aye, I'm gone.
We have here resistance contacts. So there's like up to 3 dudes somewhere on the map we can rescue. But he was kind of sitting inside the ship. So. Questionable
Got it covered.
that he could just hang out there with the aliens.
Twice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Xen. There's like the psionic, the gene mod that already has this kind of positive and negative thing. Alright.
I can dig that.
Tracking, do your magic, please. Oh, there we are. No, I can't. I'm not sure how the nuke worked earlier. Right, from here, and I shot it somewhere in there. Like, you don't have blaster launcher effects. Can't fire rockets. Now how do I do this? What do we even have there? Priest, Destroyer, Commander, Pathfinder. Okay, maybe we don't rock it. Maybe we just use you to actually scout what's there.
Alright, sell me. Let's make these guys sorry they showed up.
Then we take you. We hit double time. And when we can reach anybody, we hit Reaper. And who wants to get punched in the face? That's Priest, maybe? Oh, Biocaptain has this Bladestorm, right? So I should kind of avoid him. Let's take the Rocketeer. Remember when my Bladestorm could trigger on my turn, so I could do this, kill the Rocketeer and get a Bladestorm on everybody else? Gotta play Longbow 2 again, just for Bladestorm activations. They really just graze that and ruin my Reaper chain. That's awkward. Okay.
Run all you want. It won't help. I'll be there soon, Commander. I was almost hoping it wouldn't end so
It is good to see you again.
Did we ever actually fire both shots on the rapid fire here so far? Hey Vendrex, how you doing? Right, balanced fire one more time. Yeah, let's see. Ah, I got the crit. Keep critting, keep shooting.
Reloading. Dead. Coming. That was mine.
Good old brutality. It's unreliable as always. Okay, can we get a command in here?
Let's move.
That sounds reasonable for that hoplite. Except for the fact where you have to play with a hoplite. Let's go for the chance to kill here with Burrow Blade.
You can't handle me.
Okay, we do the usual thing here. because Long War of the Chosen is a well-balanced and not balanced, optimized game. It never crashes if you take a save before you kill the last enemy and then reload that save to avoid the crash. I'm going to do that because I don't want to crash and restart from desktop. I think that was my reasoning when we were talking about the next campaign with the whole one soldier per class, where I said if you turn a soldier into a mech, you can't get a new soldier of that class. That way I can get around playing with a hoplite because I can turn them into a mech protector or whatever they are, and then I don't have to create a new hoplite. I also turn a scrapper into whatever mech they become, and I don't have to have a scrapper in the campaign. It's not that I don't like those classes, but I just probably don't like them.
How many is that now?
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
The thing is, the hoplite gets really strong once he has all the talents, and I think the mech protector can contribute more without having talents just by the fact that they have a mech tier weapon and not just a pistol that always grazes and misses and has crap range and everything. I know that you like the hoplite. You're a great fan of that and think it's one of the strongest classes. It's just not vibing with my playstyle. I don't know how to best say it. It's the whole discussion, you know, if I mention that word, you see a blue name suddenly showing up in chat again when I say Tank Templar, where I know it's a strong class, I just not sold on it. It's not I don't know. It's not filling a niche that I think needs to be filled. Like people are arguing, yeah, here this vanilla XCOM 2, this specialist, the super healing spec, and I'm like, I don't need a healer. That's the same thing with Hoplite and Tank Templar. I don't think I need a tank on missions.
After a mission like that, spirits are going to be high around here. We might have to resupply the bar.
But maybe that's also like not just a play style, but also a skill, a toolset issue. Like if I approach the mission and have to completely approach the mission in a different way if I bring a tank class to a mission. And maybe that's something I still have to learn or, get better at. That's certainly a thing. Oh, look at that. We even got a promotion here. You're gonna get Street Sweeper. There we go. Research unlocked for Psi Armor? What? Oh, because we didn't have Sorcerer Corpses before. It's so weird that it says research unlocked. I now actually have to look. Is maybe the missing Meteor armor is behind Psi armor? I don't even know. Alright, so fair warning to everyone. The next hour or so of the stream is probably going to be no actions, no missions, and just talking a little bit about classes and sharing my thoughts and seeing what chat has to offer, to say. So if that's not your thing, that's totally fine. So we're not... Just a quick overview of this campaign. I consider this campaign 1. We have liberated every single region on the planet. There's 0 advanced strength, and we just defeated the UFO that was bringing in the super invasion, we can actually, just advance time. There's no invasion happening, no every region gets attacked kind of thing. Just nothing happens. Nothing happens.
To be an important step forward.
Until the cooldown for the super invasion is up and the next UFO will land.
Communication coming in for you now, Commander.
Yeah, okay. Dark events, yeah, okay. Covert actions, supply drop.
We might take the elders by surprise if we switch up our tactics.
And there's the next invasion UFO happening. Single UFO, single region. 3-day timer, kill it. Yeah, so this campaign, so this is the 52nd stream. So we've completed last stream 51st. My streams are usually like Mondays it's 4 hours, Saturday it's 6 hours, so like 5 hours a stream, so 250 hours total. Keeping in mind, of course, that the stream takes longer as if you were, if you played it offline, you can probably shave off 10 hours or so. It takes a while. It's a long campaign. But it's not something you do multiple times, right? You do one global liberation and then you make a check mark behind it and say, I've done it. You certainly wouldn't do this a second or a third time. Somebody help me.
Factions have readied proposals for various covert missions. We should head to the ring to plan our next op.
And I was also thinking, since I stream like 2 times a week XCOM with 52 streams, that means 26 weeks. We've been half a year on this one single campaign now. Has it really been this long? I could probably go back to so all the VODs from this stream I upload on my second YouTube channel. I might have. No, did I not? There we go. Yeah, so you could probably check the episode 1 stream of this campaign, and it says then here from the January X or February X live stream. So where we could see when we started this. So it's been a while. Yeah, it's also October 9th in game of the second year, so 1.5 years in game. So on the bright side, if you ever were in a situation in Long War where you're like, oh, I don't have the money or the resources to buy the fancy items, we had all the toys. 1000 Illyrium, 800, 700 alloys, 188 cores, 20,000 supplies almost. So yeah, and we had like 50 something Master Sergeants. And yeah, so we're gonna go into the I don't know, theory crafting part of the stream. I don't want to spend too much time on each individual class. Like, this is not gonna be like my class review videos on YouTube. Just looking at it with the thought, with the mindset of next campaign, 1 soldier for each class, which skill setup it's gonna be. And let's just go through alphabetically. Agents. I'm fairly certain that this is gonna be the setup I'm gonna go for. You need phantom people, right? With only a single shinobi, single recon, you need people that can stay concealed and scout ahead. So phantom, and then quick feed to get the extra action when you break phantom is kind of good. And I think you need 2 skills to reset your cooldown on run and slice to do some damage. And I think this worked really fine. I was super happy with this. I'm not sure. No, I think we combatives tanked a fair bit with this. As nice as concentration had, combatives probably. Wrapup can be an assault man. Oh, that's an interesting one. We could go, before we continue with the classes, go to the memorial. So this is the memorial of fallen soldiers. We go by date. Yeah. So we had, you know, the typical kind of few squaddies that you might lose here or there. Forward operator. This was the old version of Natalie as a, what's the class called again? Stormtrooper. Was rudely interrupted by, don't even remember how she died. Then a few individual losses here and there. And then we had Operation Knife Wagon, which was the chosen assassin strongholds. Right? I think so. Yeah, where the assassin cheated and got an extra move in, and that's why we lost 2 people there. And then we had 2 losses, including, I think at that point, was Ellie our highest ranking officer? I'm not even sure anymore. I think this was that a network tower gone wrong? I think so. This was a network tower that went completely wrong and we lost 2 people there. Oh, yeah, from the yellow alert. The forward operator was so broken now. I think that was some crazy stuff you could do with that. So I think when it comes to the mech conversion, in the mod description itself, it says basically classes that use weapon XYZ get converted to weapon, like anyone who uses a shotgun or is able to equip a shotgun converts to an assault mech. Everybody who can use a sniper rifle can become a sniper mech. Like most of the time you have multiple options when you convert a mech, where you get like a selection of 3 things. Yeah, all right, let's go back to the classes, and Blue brings up a very good point there. So the downside of this spec is that you only get your first reset of run and slice here on Staff Sergeant. So it could be argued with the wonkiness of Quick Feed that maybe you're better off, like Quick Feed and Whirlwind were kind of at odds. Maybe you're better off picking up Take Under, but then again, yeah, picking up Take Under and getting Conceal here instead, maybe. I don't know. Or you take Under, Lacerate, and then take Lightning Fang here. So instead of getting a free action from Quick Feed, you get a free attack from Lightning Fang. But I really like Shadow Melt. Being able to re-enter Concealment as many times as you want in a mission, well, whenever you have the cooldown of it. Disarming Strike is the reset. Yeah, okay, no, but alright, then that's no, you're right. This doesn't reset. Now, that's the thing, right? I need Phantom people. If I only have single Shinobi, single Recon, I think the Hitman is gonna be also a Phantom class, but it's kinda getting thin then on people who can somewhat scout reasonably well and still be useful in a mission. I mean, I guess part of it also then depends on whatever is in the XCOM row. Yeah, that was the one thing I was mentioning earlier. Like, if you can only get a single sharpshooter, do you build them as a holobot? Because that's kind of a unique thing. with lead by example. It's really strong, but it's also the only real sniper class, right? We're probably going to talk about the survivalist later on, but I think the survivalist cannot reach the power of a death from above sharpshooter. When it comes to assaults, I think I'm really liking this build here. That's not the build. Abilities, not bonds. What is this? I mean, this is longer mod jam, right? Where you can pick up both close encounters and rapid fire, and I think it just slaps. And you're not gonna have lightning reflexes, but I think it's fine. I don't think I ever missed lightning reflexes. In fact, like the one assault we have lightning reflexes on, I don't think I actively used it. Of course, getting slam fire here on an assault is icing. I mean, I think a lot of the decisions will probably depend on what we roll in the XCOM row. And again, like, I like this, especially with the increased crit chance, but then we don't have trench gun. Early network towers, trench gun is really, really helpful. Yeah, so it's the thing of, is it too strong for Landscorper, or is Electroshock and Slugshot just too bad to compete with lightning reflexes? I don't know. Like, I like the way dedication works, right? You still have a tool. You know, if someone is on Overwatch, you pop dedication and you just shoot him with a shotgun. Like, run up to him and say, hey, stop doing that. By the way, as I'm seeing here, next in the alphabetical list and other berserkers, what I will do with playable aliens is I will have it. I will use it in campaign, but I'm going to disable all the aliens we've seen in this campaign. So Dragoon, Frost Adder, Frost Bomber, the Viper, Sectoid, like everything we've already seen is just going to be disabled. Also the Andromedon, because screw that guy. And then maybe we can play around a little bit with the others.
It is good to see you again.
Groovy.
Jump first. Thank you very much for the follow. Commander Emily also, hey, hello, how are you doing? We're doing a little bit class talk here, so you know, just to set expectations, probably not going to be much action going forward, at least not in XCOM. So we're planning the next campaign, which is going to be a one soldier for each class campaign. So this is going to be probably combat engineer is a tough choice for me. Like, I like the Slamfire build. I like Slamfire in general. I like this. Ooh, if I crit, I get another action. It's a free action. If I don't crit, my turn is over, the enemy is still alive, and I'm kind of stuck here behind enemy lines. And I think this works fine on the combat engineer, but then I'm not gonna have this kind of support build with combat drugs. And I was mentioning already, like, who are going to be my officer candidates, and the combat drugs officer worked okay-ish. It's not my favorite. It's kind of when he's not deploying combat drugs, like he's running around commanding. But I feel like there's very little contribution itself. I guess with the Advent shotgun being able to destroy cover, that kind of helped a few times when I remembered I can do that. I don't think we ever ruptured anything successfully or meaningfully. So yeah, it was pretty much on the fence there. Yeah, so Dragoon is basically definitely one of the officers we're gonna have. And it's probably a like supporty specialist officer. And maybe Holo Recon. And then I don't know what the other classes are that are in the game. I mentioned Sharpshooter Holobot, but I just think we need a Death from Above Sharpshooter. There's no way around that. Let's see. Grenadier, right? That's the next big question. Support Grenadier, Sharpshooter? Like all my Grenadiers here, they're all damage Grenadiers. And I think grenades in Mod Jam do fall a little bit off compared to rockets, right? Like, if you can set a whole big group of enemies on fire from outside of vision range with a Sarin rocket, compared to the little bit that a fire grenade can do, that's somewhat pathetic. But they really, like, in the early game, where we did like 4-man supply raids with grenadiers, AP grenades, needle boosted cores, AP grenades just wipe out enemy groups in the early game. It's so good, especially also with early tandem. So I'm gonna once again say, depending on the XCOM row, it's probably gonna be a damage grenadier. Yeah, so definitely gonna have to look at the other classes if there's like an dedicated officer class. He probably has something that uses holo targeter, so maybe there's another holo targeting officer class in the Petrock classes. I haven't looked at them at all. I'm completely going in completely blind. Who's definitely not gonna be an officer is Gunner, right? I mean, there's very little, like, I think there's not much to discuss here, right? That's just Gunner build. End of story. If I could just copy that Gunner, like with these perks, Shadow Strike and Burial Shot, this is my dream Gunner. Like, maybe bring him on. I'd bring him on here, and then I don't need any other Gunners. I'm happy with a single Gunner. But yeah, other people never use Gunners, right? Okay, let's talk about rockets. So our two rocket classes, the Heavy and the Juggernaut. I'll probably have to try out how it feels to play with Jingoistic over Fire in the Hole. Because I think having that another slot where you can put in a rocket, so you have 3 different rockets plus your default rocket, doubled with iron rations, is going to give you enough firepower to last any long mission. I was very often running out of rockets otherwise. It seems overkill though for any like guerrilla ops. 7 to 9 mission, you don't need 4 rockets. Concussion rocket isn't a perk. I don't think we ever got any value out of Ever Vigilant, but I'm not gonna pick concussion rocket over my dead body. It's not gonna happen. That's the hill I'm gonna die on. It's never gonna happen again. And no, there's no YouTube video out there with me playing with concussion rocket. Don't even look. This didn't work. Fearsome does not work with rocket crits. Like, we've got so many crits on rocket attacks, not a single panic. I'm 100% convinced this doesn't work, even though it says any of your weapons can trigger figures, it's not working. Can you officer train playable aliens? Oh, that's cool. That might be interesting, because I think Faceless, they do come with Phantom, right? So they can stay concealed and can do some other skills. That would be interesting. I never even considered that we have playable aliens that can become officers. With the downside is they can't have bonds, right? If you need your officer to command twice in a turn, like you can't just command teamwork, command again. But that's kind of a rare situation. Let me just jump over the H&I here and then look at the Juggernaut. So it's, as a rocket spec, it's clearly weaker, right? Rocketeer doesn't really work with the rocket launcher, so you kind of have some sort of hybrid spec. You don't get the double rockets. You don't have jingoistic for the extra slot for rockets. I guess it still kind of works. We did try towards the end game a flamethrower Juggernaut. I was just not sold on it at all. Like, that feels awkward. Shooty Juggernaut. I don't know. I appreciate Burial Shot more now. After having played with it on my gunner, but other than that, no. Double tap comes so late, but I think they can be okay, but I'm not sure what the aim progression is like. 80 aim at Master Sergeant with an advanced aim PCS for +8, so 72. I'm no idea what his rookie aim was like, right? But doesn't feel great, doesn't sound great. Lone Wolf and middle skill at Landscrobo. Priority targets. Yeah, okay, I can see that. So maybe, like, in a normal campaign, I would probably never consider it. It's like, yeah, if I want a shooty guy with a cannon, I'll just get another gunner instead. Like, dismiss that soldier, recruit me another gunner. But if we're playing with the one soldier per class, then maybe this is the second shooter we need, like the Walmart gunner, if you want. Get Shredder, gets Setfire, doesn't get cyclic or rapid, gets double tap later on, which I assume you can, like, blab one guy and then saturation fire his buddies. Right? You can saturation fire with the second attack of double tap. Or Deadeye. I mean, as always, and probably a lot of this discussion comes back to, yeah, it depends a little bit on what you get down here, right? So maybe I would consider that, or Tandem, you pick up Untouchable. I don't think you pick up Rupture. I've really, from thinking Rupture is okay to Rupture is kind of a kind of a wasted slot. It's not worth 40 points. It's not worth a Master Sergeant promotion, in my opinion. Really gotten to dislike Rupture even. Alright, let's go. Which did you skip? We skipped the Hunter. I mean, Hunter, no discussion. Like, I regret not getting earlier onto the running on empty tree, but this is the way. This is such a fun class to play with the whole, okay, I need to move, I need to be, you know, in ideal snapshot range, but then I just delete whatever I shoot at with that single target rifle kind of skill. Still leaving this open for discussion. We tried fearsome. Fearsome is just so unreliable, but you don't need the extra damage. You're doing so much damage with that rifle, and with Butcher giving 30%. What do you mean, Vendrix? Oh, the you mean this skill loadout? I think there's more. So this skill here, especially the running on empty, didn't exist. There was a Hunter rework like halfway through this campaign, which I think World Soul contributed to a lot, and they then suggested to try this out, and you know, it really works. So it was probably really a thing of that didn't exist, like running on it. We might even, if we look at our old hunters, who's that? Let's look at Double Edge. It might actually still have the old skill tree here. No, I upgraded it at some point. Maybe our melee hunter. No, okay. I must have done the respec after the rework, but I kind of, you know, there was a hunter rework, and I just went with what I went with before, and I kind of slept on this, and then someone pointed out, hey, try this with. I also had forgotten about that single shot rifle. I know that mech snipers have this single shot rifle thing, and they have an ability that if you get a kill, you get the reload. But having the reload tied to your move seems like a really interesting alternative there. So I like that. I really had a ton of fun. We also built then a second hunter who ended up with 100 aim. I guess superior perception PCS, but still, that's definitely the moment I get my hands on a hunter, it's gonna be running on empty. Well, as soon as they get to, what is it, Staff Sergeant? Yeah. By the way, I still need to post on the Discord and ask Kuruka, like, what's up with heavy barrels? There's got to be something wrong. That they stopped dropping after the third month or so. No other explanation. There has to be something hard-coded. Infantry. So I did build this guy into the whole focus and then automatic hit on overwatches, and I hated it. He probably, I don't know, 27 missions for this campaign is really, really low number, I think. So not a fan of that, but I think the Buster type, well, he only has 22 missions, so mission count doesn't count. But anyway, I think why am I clicking the wrong thing? This is okay. I'm still not a super fan of the infantry in general, but hey, it's second class with field surgeon. you get the whole paramedic dash medikit thing. You get cyclic fire, you have bandolier for automatic ammo, and quick-step chain lightning. It's like jack of all trades, and yeah, like ideally, I wonder if heavy barrels are too good to be actually available via the Proving Grounds. Maybe you just do the advanced heavy barrels, not so superior, to keep it somewhat in line. But it feels so weird that they stopped dropping.
Groovy.
Like, this was a really long campaign, and I haven't seen any drop since month 3. The Orange Pet, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. We're doing a little bit of a class discussion stream here right now. Yeah, it just wasn't working. Like, not enough opportunities to actually use suppression. Then the typical things where shots wouldn't go off, or, you know. I don't know. It wasn't as impactful as I had hoped. It's a little bit like a it feels like it should be an offensive class and doing damage like a ranger, but it's kind of as effective as a shooting specialist, you know, with the whole single shot a turn. Yeah. Ranger. So I think the toughest question for me is gonna be, what build do you actually do if you can only have a single ranger in your campaign? What do you go with? Like, I really enjoy Overwatch spec. Especially also in the YouTube campaign right now. That's super effective, right? Then again, the standard shooting spec is just so solid. Like, there's not much you can say about this. This just works, you know, proven. Then again, it's kind of Rupture here. I've said that I don't no longer like it, and I don't have what's it called, combat fitness here to take as an alternative. But honestly, if I have the right mobility, then this just slaps. I feel like this was one of the most effective soldiers late game. I mean, Archon suit, right, is doing work here. Like, being able to just teleport anywhere next to an enemy and then start slam fire and blasting them in the face. Works. Brutality didn't really do much for me, so I don't know. If I could choose my XCOM perks, I would probably have gotten with lock and load, and maybe, or can you imagine bring them on? But you can't get it as an XCOM perk because it's sitting here, and I never want to take that. Not over implacable. You could probably, but then again, if you go Overwatch with Implacable, like, will it ever actually trigger? Because it triggers on a kill shot. And you're hopefully gonna be on Overwatch and taking kill shots. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Like, I don't think we got much value out of Avenger. So we could compare now. So you have 38 missions, 145 kills. That's 3.5-ish. A little bit more than 3.5 per mission. You have almost 4 kills per mission. 7 kills short of 4 per mission. So in terms of kills, probably the most effective. And you're just slightly behind that. But that's also kind of a misleading stat, right? Because I feel like the default, the shooty ranger, is like the kind of, it's a kill stealer spec. Let's put it that way. I often set it up to get them a kill with their first shot, so they can then use Implacable, move next to an enemy, and then rapid fire or both barrels or whatever. And of course, the both barrels, the shotgun ranger, is more like destroy that one important target. Run there and shoot them in the face. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's the one option is to use it as a get the free easy kills and then move. The other thing is for the sort of ranger is get into a dangerous position, kill the enemy with your double barrel shotgun, and then use Implacable to get to safety again. I think it all will depend on stats. I'm not gonna do a sort of ranger without 17 or 18 mobility. That's what it boils down to. 22 mobility late game was kind of nice to have. Alright, Reaper. I'm gonna look at it. Rocket Reaper, baby. Bigger is better. Nukes over guns. Yeah. I think this is the way. I think this is already the new with homing mine being here, right? But this is fine. Again, will a little bit depend on stats and on XCOM row, but rockets. But it's a single charge homing mine. I don't know. I feel like you get more value out of a ghost grenade, especially considering late game. You can set somebody up for a second saturation fire, or I always think about that ghost grenade is a Master Sergeant perk for a Grenadier. Getting it at Sergeant, that's so strong. Yeah, it depends, of course, depends on the squad, depends on what else you have, who you can enable with this. It's not for your own performance, but to enable someone else in the crew. But yeah, I think it's gotta be. I'm actually thinking either we go random or we go Reaper start on that campaign. I'm leaning towards a Reaper start. Just so that I don't get Templar. What? Okay, Recon. So yeah, with the lack of Phantom classes and the lack of officers, is it gonna be the holo targeting Recon? Which, I mean, this is insane detection, right? You have the reduction from covert, you have an SMG, slap an advent armor on them, and it's like 2 tiles detection range. That worked really well. It's great for network towers. I like it. But if we also look at the other two guys, especially this guy here, that's a decent kill count, isn't it? 188. This is just the bonus damage you get from first strike with hidden run, rapid fire, especially if you get something like lethal down here. It's just really strong. And you can pick up tracking, which makes them, with tracking and Lightfoot, you still have small detection radius, can work as a scout, and when you come out of concealment, you're slapping. Cover me over conceal. Let me see. That's here, right? Rent an alley, a bonus overwatch shot. Cool under pressure. I have to agree. Like, I've definitely lost concealment, especially, you know, on network towers, but I rarely was in a situation where I re-entered concealment. I don't think I ever actually used it. And this is actually really kind of another officer ability, right? I like the idea. I like that a lot, actually. Look at you, actually having good ideas from time to time. So yeah, that's the question, right? What is going to be the aim progression? If I look at my recons here, 89. Not sure how high you were at the start of the campaign, obviously. I think that's kind of a high-ish rookie. So slap a superior PCS on them, so they'll be at 100. Which is okay for lead by example, but not exceptional. I think there's probably some sort of console command where I could see that. Train somebody as a recon and then promote them up with the console, but yeah, it's fine. No, I'm not gonna look at sparks. Sharpshooter. 51 missions, 210 kills here. By the way, what was changed with the mod gem class overhaul for sharpshooters? It's really just delete the target, right? Oh, and watchful eye. Has anyone tried targeting watchful eye, if that works the way I think it works? Okay, we're gonna look at the spark after this, but someone answer me. I guess this it sounds interesting, but it fails because you don't have cool under pressure. Right? That's where this all, you know, seems like an interesting perk, but it's not gonna work. It's not serial. I'm not talking about serial. Oh. Is Watchful Eye gonna... Is it gonna trigger if I'm in concealment? Probably not. So you'd have to manually break concealment first, Phantom. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a traditional build. It's kind of an interesting combo, but yeah, you have to play without Phantom because otherwise it won't trigger, and you have to roll and cool under pressure, and then you are kind of stuck with a little bit half-assed class. I have no idea. I'm not sure. Did I ever have a Spark in Mod Jam? I think since the rework, I don't even know. Mini Spark, you say? Okay. I think it's some. The thing is, like, part of this discussion here now is experiences from this campaign, and my experience from this campaign with Sparks is we didn't build any. And so it's like, yeah, I guess we burn that bridge when we get there. I think in the last Mod Jam campaign we had a melee Spark, and I was really not feeling that. Empire middle line. Nova, really? I think saying I hate Sparks on a personal level is wrong. It's more like not hate, it's despise them. Like this, I'm not sure if that was the Spark or if I think it was the melee assault, the lightning strike, the half damage attack. It's like the warm-up version of Titan Strike, right, from the Titan armor. You only get a single action point back, and you do even less damage. I mean, it's probably like we're gonna get a Spark anyway, because you need to research whatever gives you a Spark in order to have mech troopers. So we're gonna play around with it, and I see no reason not to go into that tree. It saves me weapon upgrades, maybe. I don't know. So here's a question. I see manual override here, right? Reduce all ability cooldowns. What's their, like, overdrive, I guess? What other ability cooldowns do they actually have to worry about that makes this useful? Bombard? Does that get multiple charges on cooldown later on? Concussive Strike does have a cooldown. It feels like a little bit, I don't know, not affecting enough. Yeah, we're gonna play around with that. I don't want to 100% confirm that it's going to be melee Spark, but sure, I have no problem with trying that out. Shinobi, Blade Shinobi. Well, unless we get incredibly, I don't think we have a. Do we have a shooty Shinobi in this campaign? I don't think so. Didn't have one. Unless we get incredibly lucky with both the stats of a Shinobi and the XCOM row. How do I always click on weapon upgrade? I think that switches positions. Like Blade Shinobi with double time. Done. Yeah, something like that. So definitely Center Mars, and then going into pistol skills, right? picking some pistol skills. Like it doesn't even have to be that much. Like if I see center mass and have good aim, then that leaves me some AP to pick up, you know, Fanfire, Lightning Hands, Quick Draw. I'm not even sure if you need Quick Draw to make Fanfire non-turn ending. I can never remember. I mean, yeah, illogical, kind of fair, right? On Assault, you take extra conditioning to shave one curl cooldown, 1 turn cooldown of run and gun. So yeah, getting manual override to reduce the cooldown of overdrive by 1 turn is probably good enough to justify it. Sorry, Lightning Hands is a free action. That's not turn ending. It would be a weird free action if it was turn ending. Skirmisher. Pretty decent class, you know. Kinda like this. You know, a kinda warm-out version of a Stormtrooper, you know. I think a lot will depend on XCOM row. You know, Marauder probably make this character this strong. And what am I just to say? I don't think you will not see me pick this up like this. This can go home, and this is dope. I feel like grenade skirmish as a trap. Not a huge fan of Judgment. I just don't see an alternative. But you could probably skip Judgment and then, you know, extra XCOM row perks. Pick up, I don't know, Blade Master. Slice and dice. By the way, YouTube campaign, Reckoning, like the charging in there and then still having an action remaining, I like it. I'm not sure I like it more than Lethal, but it's playing really nice. Like it gives so much more flexibility and mobility and every ability. You mean Total Combat for the mobility and 5 aim. But it's the thing, it's like Battlefield awareness though, right? I can see the value of 1 mobility and 5 aim. Even if you're never using any grenades, that's a good pickup. But opportunity cost, you're not picking Battlefield awareness. Without Battlefield awareness, reflex becomes kinda useless. So then you're looking at something like Total Combat into Wrath, which is it's okay, I guess. I'm kinda so I'm not sure if you guys are watching the YouTube campaign. So we rolled we had a skirmisher start, I think, and our skirmisher had kinda shit aim. Right, so it was very tempting to take Total Combat, and I still went with Battlefield Reflex, and it's kinda a little bit rough around the edges getting the actual 100% shots in. And of course, the base Longbow of the Chosen Tree is slightly different than the Modgem tree. Just skip all the. Just pick Implacable, lock and load, and then either Reckoning or Lethal, and the rest is just XCOM perks. Like, get pistols. Get lightning hands. And fire. Nah, it doesn't work with lethal, right? That's just primary weapon. Dang. And just, just take no perks and also no XCOM raw abilities. Just baseline skirmisher. Skirmisher. It doesn't need talents. Alright, you can only build a single specialist in a campaign. Are you gonna go for an Overwatcher? Or are you gonna go for a not Overwatcher officer? Yeah, Act Rescue Protocol. I think this is actually a fairly strong way to build them. Supercharge is giving you 2 full overrides per mission, and I'm not sure we actually ever used them, but hey, on paper that seems really good. I think with the lack of officer candidates, specialist officers, just solid choice, right? I don't think there's much to be said about specialist. It's probably going to be like a kind of officer candidate. And by the way, let me just go back in here. As much as people like to hate on failsafe, like, I'm not sure. Like, there's an alternative in the row. Unless, of course, I'm a big fan of having a grenadier in the group and having airdrop. If you don't have a grenadier, then you pick up medical, then field medic makes sense. I agree. Threat assessment is better than... I don't think I ever used restoration the whole campaign. I would even say capacitor discharge is better. I actually really liked, I think on Rebecca, who's a Dragoon, we have capacitor discharge, and we use that various times to great effect. It's really just a matter of, like, the other perks don't do anything if you don't have medical protocol. Like, if you don't pick airdrop, you pick medical and field medic. But with airdrop, there's no point picking field medic, there's no point picking ever vigilant, so might as well pick up failsafe. I don't think I ever completely read this tooltip. This is really strong healing ability. If you need healing, that is. I think at the moment it doesn't have any cooldown, right? You can just capacity discharge every turn. Well, it only has a single charge in theory, but with supercharge it has 2 charges, right? But don't you lose other abilities if you run a bit over Gremlin? Like, even something like 8 Protocol? I think 8 Protocol only works with a Gremlin. Oh, almost at the end of a tree. Stormtrooper. Say. Soldier abilities. There we go. Middle row. Thank you very much. Again, completely ignoring the grenades. I think this is also still the old skill tree, right? They no longer have Sting and all this support grenade bullshit. They have like offensive grenade stuff. I'm not even sure what they have right now. Yeah, and it's just really good. And this one of the reasons why, again, like going into weapon upgrades, you know, another heavy barrel candidate, because this was just going for crits. I'm actually surprised that I felt that Natalie was taking names left, right, and center, but 130 kills is not that great on the whole kill counter in total, and also kills per mission. But it's just this, I really enjoy playing this class. Like, super fun to play. Here's something that I hated. Sort of shotgun survivalist. Awful. Like, it just was not working at all. It's, you know, you take all the way to Master Sergeant to get Whippet, and then like, oh, this is terrible. Like, what am I doing here? Like, this felt bad. Fair enough, also. Yeah, obviously. Like, a lot of the, like, just comparing kill counts will always be a little bit weird, because especially like kills per mission count, people who were on HQ assaults get higher kill per mission than people who were the network tower guys, or the people who formant 10 to 12 missions. Yeah, they need something, right? It's like compared to the effectiveness that a Sword of Ranger has, it was just not working. Even though you have scrap metal, you've got implacable. Well, non-shell pass never hit anything, right? Either it didn't trigger or it didn't hit, right? This is just hated having this. Then you have here this weird rupture, which is barely worth using, especially with an SMG. And then Whippet, you know, on paper it is both barrels, right? You know, your first sort of shotgun doesn't cost an action, but then you're just shooting the sword of shotgun again. It's, didn't enjoy this, not at all. But then when we come to Sniper, like, he's doing good damage, right? The problem is, in any prolonged firefight, you have him and a sharpshooter on a building. The sharpshooter every turn is like, yeah, steady weapon. I've got 25 aim, 25 crit. What about you? It's like, yeah, no, I'm not hitting a thing. And also then Death from Above also gives the reduction on the squad side penalty. And unless, like, I've seen survivalists that rolled Death from Above here in the XCOM row, and then they're fantastic. And they're better than a sharpshooter. But without it, just not doing it. I wonder if you can try something with that single shot weapon. Like, not going for rupture, but going for lock and load. And trying similar to the Max Sniper kind of build. Like, hey, I've got to kill this enemy. It's like, I mean, you have Heat Arsenal, right? 30% additional damage to robotics. That's really, it feels really strong. And like, you get good numbers out of this, but I don't know. Cool Under Pressure, Long Watch, Sentinel. Watchful Eye for a third Overwatch shot. I don't know what to do with them. I think, hey, I said it a few times already. It will depend on the XCOM role, but someone suggested already a nice candidate to be turned into a mech sniper. All right. Yeah, it's really just the technical left. No other class worth talking about here in the list. Yeah, like I don't know. It's the technical. It's the same as the base game technical, except I'm giving up Napalm X to have a more accurate rocket. And any enemy you hit is automatically burning, right? That's burning. Since burning is guaranteed, I think it's okay to give up Napalm X. I'm just not sold on it when it comes to in a world where like Sarin rockets and other burning rockets exist. Is that really still strong enough? You can turn yeah, of course you can turn them into mech Hellion. Maybe? Oh god. Oh, I think I'm thinking already about the Hellion weapon and the arsonist weapon, and my ears falling off because they're way too loud. Okay. All right. Templar. 50 missions, 30 kills. What happened? Why did... Oh, you know what happened? You were bonded with the awful Whippet Rain survivalist. No wonder you didn't see more missions. I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. It's great, right? Invert, stun strike, hot conduit, all the control you can want, focus generation. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Reblossom was actually really good. Like, I mean, you can never rely on your XCOM role perks, but I think they got really, like, last campaign was that, where we got the 30% more, like, volt kind of damage, where we had the insane Ionic Storms. It's just really solid. I don't know. And then we have the other guy. Didn't quite make it to Master Sergeant. Certainly didn't get the kills. I can see that this is strong. I just haven't played enough of it to get a full opinion on it. Like, it's basically indestructible, but it boils down to the same thing what we said when we were talking about the hoplite earlier, where I'm like, I've never been on a mission where I felt, oh, I wish I had a tanky class here right about now. But maybe it's just then taking a different approach to the mission itself. Well, hang on. Can't you couldn't you turn a Juggernaut then into an arsonist and into a mech? You strapped Brawler for Stun Strike. I think I like the idea. Like, that's probably I have probably more experience with the Templar in the YouTube campaign, right? And I feel like I'm missing Stun Strike the most. Like, being able to first of all having a non-turn ending, because Void Conduit is turn ending, right? Pretty certain, unless I misremember something. A non-turn ending stun, and also a stun that can be used against mechanical enemies. And you so rarely get attacked within 4 tiles. I think especially once you have, if you get shot or attacked, an image compensation stacks up, you don't even feel the lack of brawler anymore, I'd say. Less reason than Jack. Who's getting the Jack rockets back anyway? Yeah, that's fair. So do you just then pillar? Overcharge? I guess overcharge can make up if you have like low aim on your tank Templar, right? Can make up for that. How much do you get? Is it 5 aim, 10 crit? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being an alternative here. Like stun strike over brawler. What I don't like about overcharge is like then you're like, oh, I don't want to spend my focus because my focus gives me more aim. I'd say it's like, but I want to spend my focus to use all the fancy shit abilities. But I guess it's just, you know, if you have focus, great. If you don't have focus, well, it doesn't matter anyway. It's just a nice bonus. I think it's a wash. Like, the spec is not gonna win or fall based on the choice here in this row. Like, all of them kind of do a thing. You know, I love Pillar. I think there's a lot of things you can do with that. But it's like, there's also a lot of missions where you don't use it, or you don't find a situation where you can use it at all. Like, it can be a game saver on a mission, and on another mission completely pointless. Yeah. No, I agree. We'll play around with it. Again, you know, typical disclaimer. It's gotta depend on the mission type, on the soldier stats. It's gonna depend on the XCOM row. So yeah, but yeah, that's the plan for Saturday. We start the new campaign. We're gonna add all the classes. We're gonna have the restriction 1 soldier for each class. If a soldier dies, that class dies. If we turn a soldier into a mech, I don't know yet if we can refill, or if that's also then the class dies. I think there are enough classes in the pool to really be super restrictive. I think I have all the map packs. I want to say I have your map packs that you like. You have a separate collection for your mechs, illogical, right? And I think I have all of those installed. So here's the final question of this campaign. Who do you think had the highest kill count? Now, I went through some of these during the review here, but you never know. I think it's probably, and I don't know the exact numbers. It's either gonna be Xen, or it was Crazy Eyes. But we're gonna do a good old tap through all the soldiers here. 79, 230. 230 is the top. 210 on Crazy Eyes. Not quite getting there. 204 on Tedstar. Alright. Didn't have you on the radar, but of course. 77 on Buck. 88 on. Yeah. We hear more than 230. I don't think so. Cyril. Berserker got free. I don't. Seems like fake news to me. $77. Sergeant with 8 kills. Holy crap. Scrapper is OP. I don't buy it. I still don't see the big advantage of Scrapper. And sorry, there was when iNuclear posted that Scrapper video where it's like, oh yeah, 5 Scrappers can do a 7 to 9 mission. It's like, okay. Be like that was not the flex that it was supposed to be. Especially like it's the whole thing where like when I think about that video where it's like, okay, you barely got away with it because you got lucky on a kind of Bladestorm stun thing that they have, which I don't know how that exactly works. And you didn't have any enemies that had muton counterattack kind of things or CCS. Like single Vanguard and your five-man Scrapper team would have been really looking dumb there. Highest kills per mission. I think so this is like what 4.5 ish. Like it's gonna be between him and our sharpshooter. And that's less. That's just barely above 0.4. So yeah, I feel even kills per mission, it's still gonna be
Groovy.
our skirmisher. Blika, thank you very much for the follow there. Alright, enough talking about classes. If you look closely at the stream title, there's a second part where I say maybe PZ later, because I'm not going to start the new campaign now. I need to set up the mod list, update the character pool, delete all the save files so it doesn't take ages to load, etc., and do some housekeeping on XCOM here. So I think I wanted to take the second part of the stream, do some projects on Void, continue the save from Thursday. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, the game, so if you're just here for the XCOM part, that's fine. Thanks for being here. Thanks for either listening or joining in the discussion here about the classes. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're not already following, make sure to hit that button so you know on Saturday when we go live with the new campaign.
Groovy.
I think we're going to look at the classes in the game when we actually play with them. I have a hard time looking at the classes just from the text descriptions, like to really get the full picture there. That always, especially when half the skills are just explained with, oh, it's this perk, and you're like, I don't remember this perk, or it's from this other class, or then I have to look it up there, and it always feels weird. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take one final save game, although I'm pretty certain I'll never go back to this campaign. unless Illogical has his water world changes live and ready to go and needs a safe game that's at the end and can run the final mission. Well, this is not actually it, because we haven't done the last 2 story missions. All right, so let me just do this. We're gonna go into the pause screen quickly. I'm gonna throw up. No, I'm not gonna throw up. I'm gonna turn up the pause music. While I change the stream title, I change the stream game, I load up the other game. Yeah, that's basically why I've not been super excited about the changes to Waterworld that you were talking about, because Waterworld is such an kind of awful mission with the huge amount of enemies, the huge squad that you have, and it just takes ages, right? So I'm like, I appreciate the effort you put in there, but I didn't mind having the basically the victory lap just running through it, because just to get it over with. So yeah, as I said, we're gonna switch over to Project Zomboid. This is a completely different game. It's a zombie survival game where you play the last survivor in the zombie apocalypse who's immune to the airborne zombie virus and has to, you know, survive and stay alive and kill the zombies and get the loot and I don't know, do everything to stay alive. So let me actually edit the stream info.